Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Thrashing Code streaming session. Today, hello, Cuskaman, watching 15 streams at one time. Today, gonna get into a few pretty interesting things. So, I am currently working on pulling up my little list here. Let's see, this needs to be saved to whatever. Okay, so notes for today. Notes for what did I call this session? Bunches of databases. Bunches of databases in bunches of weeks. Yeah, that's exactly how I do it. It's like I'll set one to the highest volume whenever it's the primary one I'm watching, and then back and forth, etc. So let me pull the screen up here. Boop. There we go. All right, so bunches of databases, bunches of weeks. What we are going to do today is, let's see, how should I do this? I should do mission. We're going to set up a cluster. Hey, Lily, good morning. In Azure and one in Google, possibly two in Google. So that's our first mission. And two, get a node.js connection and query executing against the Azure database cluster. 3, get a golang connection and query executing against the Google cluster. Oh wait, possibly I'll call this an Apache Cassandra DataStax distribution of Apache Cassandra. Let's see, executing against the Google DSE cluster. So we'll call it DataStax Enterprise. Try not to use the acronyms. And then 4, we'll get actually, let's try Java. I have not used Java a single time. A Java connection and query executing against the Google DataStax distribution of Apache Cassandra. Cassandra. Okay, and I'm going to actually flip this one around like this. Come on. There we go. Get golang. This one's going to be Java. And we're going to do it like this. 3 and then 4. And as always, what my habit is these days is I'm starting to take these notes that I take. We'll do this. Bunches of databases in bunches of weeks session. Markdown. So I'll take these notes and put them in the description of the video when it goes to VOD, so we'll know what's what in the whole thing. All right, so that's kind of my guideline. And we'll take extra notes down here. And let's get a new window. C#. Well, I'm just a programmer. I write some C#, I write some Go, and I write some JavaScript. I also write COBOL, Pascal, C, C++. And like I was mentioning to David over in EchoHack land there, I also in the past have written, COBOL. RPG, COBOL, command line, which is AS400 command line, which is different than, like, say, Bash. It's for the AS400 system, operating system. from IBM. It's a good system. It worked way back then. I guess you could still buy them theoretically, but anyway, that's a whole different topic. Oh, and I've also written Ruby, and I mentioned another one, Erlang. I've written Erlang, but I wrote a bunch of Ruby. Oh, and Swift. I've written iOS stuff in Swift, and Ruby and Swift are probably the two languages that have faded the furthest in my mind for some reason. It wasn't a long time ago, but I don't remember a thing about the apps and the code that I ended up writing, but I did it, and now it's just a memory, but a faint one at that. Erlang, not Elixir. I wish I had written Elixir. That would have been nice. So we're going to look in Azure Marketplace, and then the other place is Google. Let's look at Google Cloud. There we go. Get logged in here. I'm logged into here already. So in the Azure Marketplace, there's a couple of easy get started options. Here's the DataStax distribution of Apache Cassandra, and then the DataStax Enterprise solution. So I'm going to actually open this in a different tab and go ahead and click on DataStax distribution of Apache Cassandra here. And we'll get this started with DataStax Enterprise. We'll talk about that in a minute. And then in Google Cloud, we have, let's see here. Faking browser. Oh, really? I don't know. Google's been pretty solid to me. So let's see here. I need to actually switch to my DataStax account. Of course I do. I haven't picked a project. Let me pick the project here. There we go. And I'm going to go to Marketplace here. Oops, come back. I want to pin it. Okay, I'm going to pin Marketplace. And then I'm going to go down to Deployments. There we go, Deployment Manager. I'm going to pin that. So those are the two things that I want to basically be able to keep track of here. So in Marketplace, we do a search for DataStax. And we got two options here, DataStax on virtual machines and DataStax as a Kubernetes app. Now, Kubernetes is cool, but I tend to go with the virtual machine solution. It just has less moving parts to deal with. And I'm not, well, we can talk about Kubernetes at a later time, but let's just say I'm a fan of the virtual machine solution right now. So we'll click on this and get our first Google Cloud cluster running. Here we start off with our options. The base install is going to be $1,200 right? It's just $882 a month. So pretty pricey. Let's go ahead and launch this and see what we get. So the default for this is, let's call this a DataStax workspace database. So networking is default, that's good. West A is good, so that's going to put it closest to me, Nadell's data center over here in Oregon. Then we're going to go with the 6.7.3 version, not the 5.1.15. So that's pretty much the latest one. And it gives us the option for 3 nodes, which is going to be 8 virtual CPUs. Doesn't give us a lot of other options here on this particular account. But that's fine. That's what we're going to go with. I guess maybe some of these maybe high CPU, standard 8, high CPU. Yeah, we're just going to go with that one. Now, I guess maybe, yeah, I could decrease the memory to 16 gigs. Yeah, I don't need that much memory. So I'm gonna bounce it down and see if we get much of a price differential. Even though it's probably not going to be a price differential. Anyway, and I don't want Europe. I just want it in US West. I'm going to go ahead and hit deploy. And then that should bounce us over to deployments. Yep, there we go. So and that's why I added deployments on this tab over here, or this bar, whatever they call it, because now we have marketplace where we can just start it whenever, and then deployment managers is at the top since I pinned it, right? So then you can see the type registry right here, and then deployments, which that's going to be working for a little while. If I click on it, we get a pretty good readout of what is going on exactly, where the different VM instances are getting started, disks are getting attached. There's some Python running here, etc., etc. Now let's go back over to Azure, right? So here is the DataStax Enterprise solution. Now I'm going to actually save this. I'll go over here and save this one too. Then I don't have to search for them later. Now, just to mention a few details about this one in particular. This is one of my favorite solutions on Azure. And the reason is because of this, the test drive. What I can do with test drive is spin up a cluster, right? And it's live right here as it states for 3 hours. And then after 3 hours, Azure actually takes it and destroys all the resources, okay? Much easier than me trying to go back in and find the resource group and make sure all the things are deleted inside the resource group and blah, 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 blah. However, it is only 3 hours. So like you can't do ongoing development against the particular cluster, right? So let's go back over here and see the DataStax distribution of Apache Cassandra, or DDAC as we call it. You just get started with it. So if I hit get started here, let's go ahead and create this basic Apache Cassandra cluster, okay? Again, supported by DataStax. So like if you get support from us, then we fully support this distribution of Apache Cassandra. We provide support hours, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And if you're curious about that, just ping me. I can get you in touch with the right people. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and click continue, and we're going to get us an instance, an instance of the instances of the nodes of a cluster going. That sounds kind of confusing. So we got a few pieces of information here, which we'll dive back to probably, but let's just click create and see what we get here. All right, so we're gonna go with 8x5, sounds fine. Then I'm gonna go with Adrian and then put in some crazy passwords, which I didn't type right. Then go with the 370 subscription, which is just an internal thing. And then we're going to go with, well, I guess we'll go with, oh, I don't want to use one of those. I want to create a new one actually. So I'm going to call this Adrian's workspace. And then put that in West 2. West. I get confused which one's which. So anyway, West will work there. Let's try to type the password right. Yeah, we good? All right, we're good. So I'm going to click OK. Again, 3 nodes, 8 vCPUs, virtual CPUs, 32 gigabytes memory. We can change the size here to various things. You see, go to this like crazy thing here. Wow, $3,000 a month. Okay. Anyway, we're gonna stick to this little bitty bopper. Actually, let's bounce down to this. We'll go with the standard here, and then select that. And then we're gonna bounce up to. We'll stick to 1 terabyte. That's fine. Public IPs on the nodes, no. We'll provide a gateway into this at a later time when we want to access it externally, but what we really want to do is develop against it internally and provide an application that would be the external interface into our application and our data and whatever else we need. So usually, under the vast majority of circumstances, you would want your public IPs to not be public. Name of cluster. Adrian's DDAC. Can I do that? Can I do a dash? We'll find out. Yep, nope, can't. Okay, there we go. Fixed it. okay. And now it takes a second here. It runs the final validation while something, whatever, it's deciding on existence and life and all that kind of jazz. And then it'll let us start as soon as it's done, and we can do okay, read the terms of service, make sure all that stuff's correct, and then create. Now that's going to start. We have a little thing here, which let's see if what kind of status we get. Here's our overview. So it shows some things. It's not as active as this one here. Like, it shows spinny stuff around the resources that are getting built at any particular time. So I'm just going to refresh that one and take a look at the Google platform again while we're spinning up the other one. Kill some of that silence with a little bit of tunes here. All right, so it looks like it's just working on some software stuff there. Meanwhile, I'll go over here and see where our DDAC deployment is at. So now we have DevOps public IP created, seed nodes, VNet, PID. I don't know a lot of this stuff that's going on. It's just various pieces that need to get built as it moves things along. So while that one's running too, we'll get over here and we'll get a DataStax Enterprise solution going. And for this one, I'm actually going to do a test drive. Use it, set up a temporary one. So let's click on test drive. I give them permission. We'll come back and we'll do another full solution a bit later. So that's it really for that one. That's how simple that one is. And then they'll email me like it says here when it's ready. Now, one of the things I got to say about all these solutions, they're great. They're fast in relative terms to get started. However, like the test drive takes sometimes 5 minutes, sometimes 30 minutes to get started. Pretty sure it's on like very secondary, tertiary tier resources, which would make sense. I mean, you know, it's just a free test drive. It doesn't do much of anything else. So, you know, if you want to skip out on prices or skip out on worry about paying for something, this is the way to test drive DataStax Enterprise for sure. Great way to set up demos too, because like I could spin this up before a talk, give a demo at a talk, and then, you know, spin it down or whatever. Then on the other ones, like the deployment manager, that one also takes like sometimes 5 minutes, sometimes 30 minutes to get spooled up. And then we go back and look at this and see where we're at. So it kind of updates that stuff live, but I like to refresh because sometimes new things show up. So eventually this will be started. And again, same situation, right? There's the DDAC one spinning up. This is still spinning up. And this one is still spinning. So I'm just kind of leaving these pages open. And theoretically, they'll update as things become available. It's got that Ajax. Do we still call it Ajax? Anyway, that Ajax back and forth with the servers communicating to update the interfaces that we have everything in. Yeah, so right now, our biggest thing is to sit here and wait, which is a little frustrating. But in the meantime, what we can do is we can start the 3 different projects that we'll use to actually access these, right? I mean, we need those projects. So we need a Java project, a Node.js project, and a Go project. So let's get those started. Alright, so I'm going to start up. Let's go with the Node.js one first. So I'll start up WebStorm. Put the startup dialog on the wrong window. Here we go. Alright, so what in the world is this? Oh, this is some other thing that I did previously. So let's do close project. Put that back over here. Approximate project, let's create a new project. We're gonna go with what here? So we wanna do a Node.js. Maybe we do an Express app. And then, what about Vue.js? What does Vue.js use as its base? So it's Node, that. What should we do? Vue.js or the Express app? Vue.js is basically going to be built on top of it. I'm not sure what. Maybe this. Yeah, whatever. We're gonna go with the Vue.js app then. So this is gonna be. What do we call this? Scheduling. Yeah, we'll call it scheduler. Scheduling. This is always the most difficult part, naming an app. So there's a couple things we can do. There's a couple things I want to work on, I should say. So there's a scheduler application interface that needs to be built. There is, well, it doesn't need to be, yeah, I am going to go with Express because I know that's going to do server-side generation. So we'll do this one. Let's see, version 4.16.1. Jade. No, do we want to do Jade? Sure, whatever. Style sheet. No, I am going to go with this because I don't know what this one even does anymore. So this will be fine. This will be fine. So we're going to go with the Vue.js app, and we'll just call it. Should we call it scheduler? Let's look at a few other things. Oh, look, one of the deployments is complete. How's this one going? That one's still chugging along, and that one's still working. So the DDAC one spun up quick. That's just like a pure database all by itself. Nothing specifically added beyond just the database itself, the distributed database itself. So here's all the stuff in my resources. Look at all of it. Let's look at Adrian's workspace. There we go. All this stuff. I wanted just a view of that though. All dashboard. Where do I look at my resources? Resource groups. There we go. And then this one. So I guess it's always this like weird sideways view stuff. So anyway, those are working, but I wanted to pull up GitHub. All right, some of the. Actually, let's look at twits and this one. Repositories. So there's some older projects here that I want to pull up that go way back. Let's see here. No. Oh, I need to finish those Learning Go ones. Oh, here we go. We could use. Oh, we could just do this. Just gonna do this. Yep. That'll totally work. So these are they started kind of? This one has like a fakey build. Yeah, we'll use this one and merge it in is what we'll do. All right, so back over in WebStorm land, we're gonna do this and we're gonna call it todo-list-nodejs. So that's going to take a second. And then we want to do a Golang one. And a Java one. Node.js, todo-list-java, and todo-list-golang. Okay, they're starting up, but they're on the wrong screen. I'll drag them over here in just a second. There we go. There's the Go one. Of course, it starts up just fine. So let's close that project. Thanks, IntelliJ. Let's close this project too. Where is the close project? There. Now we got our IntelliJ and Golang. We're gonna do a new project here. New project here. Oops. New project. There we go. IntelliJ, of course, gets super complex because Java. In here, though, super easy. Go is going to be to-do list Golang. Did I name the to-do list? Well, let's take this out and make them all the same. So I'm going to create that. Nycat's going to get working. Go up into settings. Let's get modules enabled from the start. There we go. And then to-do list, oh, there's our app view. Yeah, it looks good. Okay, main.js. npm serve, debug application, npm serve. Let's run that in debug. Run npm run build for the production one. So localhost network is that one. Oh, weird. Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. Hey, look at that. Beautiful. Whoops, I started 3 of them. So that gets us started with Vue.js. And then we need to come here and sync this repo up. Let's get in here, get init, get remote, add origin, this one, that one, and get tool. Oh, what's in README right now? Anything? Oh yeah, I want to keep that one, so I'm going to do that. Oops, get pool, origin, master. Oh yeah, so let's hear get branch set upstream to origin master. Oops. Oh yeah, I did it. Okay. Then we're gonna do get pool origin master. Oh, get. Oh, I need to do this. Being a dum-dum. Get status. There's nothing. Oh, I probably need to. Maybe I can do this. Just say add. Did that do it? I don't know. Okay, so I'm going to close this and come back into it in a minute so that it picks up the changes. Just terminate, don't run it. Okay. Meanwhile, in Java land, let's go with Spring. We'll do Spring MVC, or should we do Spring Web Services? No, let's do Spring MVC. I think maybe do both. I don't know. We don't want to do that. What else we got here? App Engine, Kotlin, JVM, Groovy, Web Services Client. Yeah, we're just going to do Spring MVC. Download, sure, that sounds good. So Spring MVC, call it to-do list Java. Let's put this where it needs to be. Here. Yeah, all right. And same thing here, we're gonna actually bail out of this. Oops. There. Oh, it opened the whole thing. That's not what I wanted to do at all. How did I mess that up? Oh, it's got the, no, that made a mess of the directory. So let's do project again. We'll do Spring MVC. Oh, did I mess that up? What is this mess? Create XML version 4. Okay, well, we'll just keep them together. It seems to want them together. So let's do to-do list Java. Oh, that's what I did. List Java codes, to-do list Java. Yes, that's what I want to do. This window. And that looks much better. That actually looks like what we wanted. Get into here. We should have, yep, there we go. Lib. Web. JSP. Alright, cool. So I'm going to close that for a minute. And then what do we got left here? So when we did this one. Started. And it started. Alright. So let's get into, let's just pull up the CLI. We'll do a list. To do asterisk, does that do that? Yep, oh look at there. Perfect. So there is the project. So Golang basically has nothing in it. Java doesn't have anything in it in particular right now. And then Node.js has its pertinent 80 billion references to all its dependencies and stuff so it can start. Now, I want to build both of these so that they're projects. So work on these independently. But right now, we've got them started, and let's get the Git repo started. So we'll get into do list Golang and git init. Alright, so then let's go map them up to GitHub. And Spring Java wasn't mapped up, right? So clear list cd to-do list Java. There you go. Init, git remote, add origin. Boom. There we go. So that should be done. Git cool. What's the command? I forget. Git branch set up stream to origin master. What? Branch doesn't match. Do that. Oh yeah, okay. Git push. Oh yeah, let's touch add git. Actually, let's go back into the IDE now. starting the way it's working. Anyway, back into IntelliJ. All our fancy stuff. Let's add a dot get ignore. Here we'll add dot IDA. Also add dot DS store. There we go. So we're gonna add that. Get ignore is in there. So now we should be able to do a commit against this puppy. Done a default attribute value assignment. Oh, so well. Okay. Thanks, IntelliJ. Let's try it now. Beautiful. Okay, so our spring thing is in there. Oh, what? Yeah. Oh, yeah, push. Ah, there we go. All right, the Java one is set up. And again, yeah, I know it. I just typed what was in front of my face, so. Oh, there it is. All right, so we just got added Java here. There we go. And we're gonna get over to. Which Trello board does that attach to? Oh, okay, so that adds this one. We'll come back to that in a minute. All right, so now let's do the Golang one. All right, touch, not ignore. Actually, let's go into the IDE and do that too, because then we'll probably get the template automated wizard thingy that gives us all the cool options. Oh. There we go. Okay, so in here, let's add. Whoa. Right clicked and popped up on the wrong screen. Right. Okay, so I'm clicking on new file. It popped up on this screen over there. How do I do this? Yeah, over there, yeah, over there that you can't see. Blah blah blah. Anyway. So now we can see it though. Here's inner file names. We're gonna do .get ignore. Add that to GitHub code. You always add. Oh, it didn't give me the wizard. Damn it. Oh, cool. Do you have you want to post the link to the repo? I mean, if the repo is public, of course. I'd love to do one. So I don't know. Oh, okay. Okay, I got you. Oh, you know what though? I feel like I should build a Kotlin, like just a basic Kotlin Android to-do list. See how that works. But anyway, right now, I'm going to add .idea, add DS store. Actually, what is out there? Here, so we have a get ignore already. So let's, oh yeah, let's use this one. There we go. All right. I'm gonna do this, but it's gonna conflict because, or not conflict. I need to pull down the status get pull. Oh, I should have done get pull master. Probably. Oh yeah, so broken stuff there. So let's do get branch set up string. Can I do dash u here too? I wonder. Whoops. Get pull faster. Oh yeah, of course it's not gonna do that. Get push. Oh, and that dash u is gonna do the same thing as the other one. Notion.so. All in one workspace. Huh. Interesting. Oh, I see what it is. That's pretty slick. I like it. So how do I... Oh, how do I... There we go. So I'm actually looking at Notion.so real quick. And I'm going to sign up for this sucker because it looks pretty cool. Sure, use that one. So I'm going to say, social, is this social media? Or let's say other. Twitch. Fellow Twitch coder. Yeah, there we go. That sounds good. I am other Twitcher. Just by myself next. Really? I gotta do all this stuff? Oh, of course, obviously. Hell yeah. Hey, look at that. Okay, cool. Sweet. So I'll go ahead and, I guess, do text and markdown. Let's do text and markdown, I guess. What? Oh, no, that's not what I want to do. I can do it later in the app? Oh, okay, I don't want to do it right now then. Download from Mac, down for Windows, get web clipper. So I guess I got to get web clipper because I'm on Linux. I'm not on any of this crap. So I'll do this. Install for, well, I want to do both. I'm going to do this one and this one. Add to Chrome, add extension. There we go. Add it to, yeah, sure. Okay. Sweet. Okay, now I got it in here. Perfect. How do I log in? I just... Yeah, me, that's fine. Okay, so now I got it in Firefox. Whoa. Just dropped me in there. I guess because whatever here. So let's do this. Log in. There we go. I'm in. Let's do small text. Yeah, default is good. Page lock, lock page content to prevent accidental edits. Full width, I don't care about. That's cool. I like it. Reading list. Task list. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. This is freaking awesome. So what is it? Notion.so. Put that on the desktop here. Here we also discovered the awesomeness of Notion.so. All right. So where are we here then? Back to what we were doing though. New in Chrome, hosted in Docker, and Rancher. E2E test framework. Yeah, but the benefits is you get free WebSocket updates whenever you take data. Huh. Interesting conversation there, y'all. Yeah, I got to take out Prisma soon too. Status. So. Did I do a push already? No. How do I force it? I just do git rebase. Right. Okay. Yep, that's what I wanted to do. So then, there we go. Git ignore. Sure, whatever. Yep. No worries. Don't need out. License is good. README is good. Yep. Okie dokie. So this is needed for each of the projects, actually. I don't know why that white space is there. All right. So that looks like a winner. Let's do that and push. Oh, that's unfinished rebase process. Whatever, shut up. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Do it. Rebase it then. Thank you. Nyan Cat, go, go, go. All right, while he's hustling, we're gonna get out here and do the next one. So to-do list, Java. Get status, get remote, check. It is there, so git pull origin master, git push -u origin master. Oh, sweet. Okay. Clear. Yeah, that's the truth. All right, I shouldn't put that in those. Actually, started, and then we'll put the repo here, here. Let's check those. Boom. There we go. So we got Golang, node.js. Oh, there's a build of this? What is the build? Oh, I got it on Travis. Probably need to take that off. Yeah, let's do that. Let's actually do that in the editor. Build status. Removing Travis CI build status. Everything was all these words always thrown around. All right, so there's Golang, there's Node.js. And where's the one we just dorked with? Spring Java. So Golang, Node.js, Spring Java. Okay, we got our Trello in there, so all our readmes are basically synchronized. And then our initial, oh crud, I got IDEA in there. La la la. Okay, well I need to fix that. So let's see here. Get the command line back up here. Codes, list, cd, to do, Java, clear list. All right, so remove rf.ida, git add the changes, commit, removing IDE directory and ignoring it. DigitalOcean Rancher 2 plus GitLab. Huh. I can vouch for that combination, DigitalOcean Rancher 2 and GitLab. You could also just do DigitalOcean, their sweet freaking Kubernetes setup, run GitLab on it. I had that all set up a while back. I don't know what I did with it, actually. I need to get that going again. All right, so, okay, we got the Java stuff going. All the other stuff, exit out of that. Let's refresh. Oh, I messed up and put the stupid thing in Golang too. So Java does not have the IDE directory now. I fixed Node.js correctly, but Golang still has their broken thing. So let's pop that back up. There we go. Oh, well, almost. Almost. There it is. Okay, so that's gone. All right. Now we get this stuff running right. Okay, so Go doesn't really have anything to start with. Node.js doesn't really have anything to start with. And the Spring Java doesn't really have anything to start with. So let's go back here and see where we're at. So we got our... let's see here. We got our... Set up this one. And there's this one. Yeah, we were doing this one here. The DDAC is actually against the Azure DataStax distribution for Apache Cassandra. Then we have the... It's going against the Azure DataStax Enterprise. Yeah, and then the Google one, which is the DataStax Enterprise cluster. So this looks like it is currently running. Sweet. That is what we wanted. So this test drive is also ready, and our other shindig is ready. So if we pull that up, look at everything. Here is what this setup looks like. There is a lot of stuff going on. You got a virtual machine, network interface, 2 disks, I guess one probably for the OS and one for storage, which would be logical. That would make it much more performant than trying to stick it all in the same drive. Same thing for each of the instances. So there's 1, 2, 3 nodes. Then you have the DevOps virtual machine, which I don't know what that one's there for, honestly. I guess maybe like a Bastion server. Oh, hello, Chris and crew. Welcome to the stream. Glad to see everybody here. Let's see here. What have you caught me doing? What are we doing, Cuskaman, Bible Clan member? I was just babbling along and whatever I was doing. Hey, Gareth. Hello, raid crew. Yeah, it's kind of what I felt like I was doing. So I was just reviewing what we've done. What we've done so far in the stream. We're probably about halfway along here. We got a DataStax Enterprise cluster up and running. 3-node cluster running in Azure here. So we got the DevOps NIC and the DevOps server that I was just pondering about, which I guess is a Bastion server with a public IP address. There's a virtual network here that all this stuff is, and it's all within the Adrian's workspace group, right? And then over here, I got a DataStax Enterprise solution running. Oh yeah, this other one is DataStax distribution of Apache Cassandra. So it's just straight up Apache Cassandra, no extra bits, right? And then over here, DataStax Enterprise, this is the full-on cluster with all the extra bits there. We'll take a look in just a second. And then I got one running in the Google Cloud platform, and it is also basically a full-on DataStax Enterprise solution, which includes like an Apache Cassandra core with a replace database engine that is reasonably faster in some ways. And then on top of that, we have graph store, we have analytics, time series, a whole bunch of multi-value, multi-type structures in which to store the data. So it goes far beyond just the standard distributed columnar store Cassandra database. So it's pretty slick. As you spin these up too, you see here's our password, username, and stuff, so we can get in there. With all this running though, let's take a look at what we got. And the Azure Marketplace solution here, this is a test drive I'm running, so it's just DataStax and then this default password. This instance will actually go away in just a couple of hours because I use the test drive option. So, but if I bounce out there to Ops Center, yep, thanks for telling me that. It'll log me in automatically, right? And it shows that I have a 3-node cluster. Here's DCOVM 1, 2, and then 3. Shows the data size, which is not, whoops, didn't want to show that yet. Shows the data size there, which is what, 143.1 kilobytes. OS load, not much of anything, and it shows the IP, the internal IP, and same for each respective one. So like I can go in here now, do all sorts of goofy stuff. Like if I wanted to, I could just restart this node, drain it, restart it, close this, and then this will do a flippy thing in just a second and switch it out. Now if I added data centers, like let's say I wanted to connect this to the other one, like to the Azure one, I could do that and then add the nodes here. However, that's a little bit more complicated. We'll save that one for another day. So let's see, I pulled this up. Oh yeah, this is just the Azure solution. So there's it's been drained, that node's down, and it's restarting. And it tells you specifically what each thing had too. So this has Spark, Master, it also has Graph. It's coming back up. Apache Bench. Yeah, I might. I mean, they got all the tests out there to run against Cassandra and all that stuff. The only problem is cloud solutions are notoriously unreliable on their consistency. They're often off by, I don't know, 20% sometimes. Sometimes it's pretty bad. I mean, you can guarantee you're going to get like what, 50% of what you promised, something like that. I don't know. It's all in their licensing. It's all in their SLAs and all this other stuff. But doing any type of but yeah, sure, because the thing is restarting. But anyway, let it restart. This one, the way Google sets this up is pretty trippy. So you notice how we just clicked and went right into that one. It's via HTTPS. I don't know if maybe it has like a external IP or something. I don't know. So anyway, this is Ops Center and it's showing that one. But if I go over here and I want to see Ops Center in this space, what I do is like it's telling me how I can SSH into it, or I can use gcloud to run a local, basically run a local server and look at the Ops Center this way, right? So if I do this and then bounce in here, run gcloud compute SSH, SSH is in, sets up a communication pipe for the VM, and then yeah, sure, whatever. And that'll get started in just a second. Then we can, let's see. Oh, and it's running on 1604. I didn't realize that. Oops, did I just, could not fetch. Oh. So basically what it does, sets up an SSH pipe, and then you can look at the Ops Center from that. So it's not public facing at all. Yeah, if it had started, I'd be able to look at it from here. Let's try one more time. Just in case something goofy happened. Oh. Hey, non-trivial 778. Thanks for the follow. Welcome to the pit. Chris, I just noticed too that I didn't have you on auto host. You are now on auto host. So, all right. And it bombed out again. Permissions, Anyway, I got to work around with that later. That might be because I'm using a corporate account or whatever. I don't know. But the idea is that you start up an SSH pipe and then you can look at the op center. This exact same thing here. Via that other account. So, let's see. Oh, and you can see the, whoa, what in the world? Oh, we have a hotspot. There's a whole 1.9 megabytes on this server now. Let's do this though. Let's restart this one. Let's put it through some real tests here. So that one's starting its restart, and then we'll do something crazy and we'll restart 2 nodes and see if we can break some stuff. Because we only have the 3 nodes. That doesn't really put us in the best situation for losing something. So anyway, I'm going to restart those 2 and see if it rebalances better. Because this has the 1.9 megabytes, but these only have the kilobytes stored. Which is kind of just goofy. It'd rebalance out eventually. So all that's running. This one we can't access right now. But you get the idea of how to start it. Yes, I know. Well, I mean, Cassandra is a Java workload, so. But yeah, we're working on that. Before all of y'all joined, also, I just started 3 new projects. We got them up in GitHub. It's here. All those are started. That's all fine and dandy. But let's look at GitHub again, just at these empty projects, just so I can point them out to everybody. So we got Node.js, a Golang, and a Spring Java app started. Now the cool thing is I don't know anything about Spring Java, so it's gonna be fun doing that from scratch. And then there's the Golang one, which, you know, none of these are anywhere at this point, really. The Node.js one should have more bits to it, because I did create a standard Vue.js app. Everything's wired up, so it should start. Let me look at this. Git status. Git. I'll push origin master. Oh, git pull master. So let's actually use the tricky, fun WebStorm here. See you later, Cuskoman. I'll be on at 3:33 p.m. too, as per usual. All right, so here's our node project with running Vue.js. I'm gonna do this. Oh, no changes. Let's make a change real quick. We'll put a mission here. Actually, we'll do this. This project, it has been put together to provide a simple example how to get started using Node.js, Vue.js, and working against an Apache Cassandra or DataStax Enterprise backend. Boom. Okay. So that's enough. Now I can do this. And let's see if the IDE will. It's your first commit and minor readme.e update. I'm going to do it with commit and push. And then usually what this will let me do is when I try to do this, it'll let me, it'll force me to do the rebase. It'll just do it for me. So let's do rebase. And we're gonna accept theirs. I mean mine, not theirs. And then close. Oh, readme's broke. Oh, yeah, that's right. We want this. We want this. There we go. All right. Let's do that again. Fixing the broken rebase merge. Right. I'm fine with that. I know what I got. I know what I don't. Oh, come on, just merge it. Accept, right? Oh, shit. Oh, no, I did it. Okay. This is what I get for trying to... So wait, did that do the commit? That's what I get for trying to use an interface to do this. Oh, okay. I guess that finished it when I did it that way. So yeah, that's how you do it with the IDE. Fun. Yeah. All right, so that's that one, and we're pretty much all set to move forward with bits for later. So this works, clear. Now refresh, and it should have it there. Yep, okay. So I'm going to start putting together a to-do app for each one of these. And this is the mission for each one of these. So I'm going to actually get in here and add the mission. I'm going to put the generic one in. 4 now. Oh no, wait. Yeah, I should. That's not the generic one, so. So anyway, you get the idea. In a minute, we are going to start working on the Golang one. Using Go with JavaScript. Okay, cool. All right, there we go. So first things first, I want to connect to and test the connections. Okay, so let's see. Started. Let's do list, Golang. Clear list. All right. So you want to create connection testing. We'll do this. This is a notes file that I end up putting in the description of this session, by the way. So when everybody's looking at it afterwards, they'll have these notes in there to check out. So connection testing to the database. Actually, let's call it the dev database cluster. Okay. So now I need to go back in. Whoops, open the wrong thing. But let's go back into Azure. That's not what I wanted to do. Cool. Azure Cloud I want the console, not the thing. Here we go. I'm already signed in, Microsoft. Sign me in. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So we'll go to the portal. To my workspace, and this is the one we are going to work toward connecting to. So public IP address. So let's see if we can do this. CQLSH. I forget what the command is. CQLSH connect to IP. Oh, so it is just, it's, okay, so it should just be IP and then that. All right. And that server, of course, is probably not actually completely public. All right, so here's tags, workspace. Let's go back to the dashboard. Let's see. Actually, what's here? Azure Marketplace. Stacks. Whoops. DataStax. There we go. And we started this one. Let's look at the deployment video, data sheet, documentation, learn more, contact. Okay. So this is the intro video. We're gonna watch this for a second. Does it not have sound? Huh. So you're checking to see if it has any sound. Doesn't seem to have any sound. Yeah, don't hear nothing. Oh well, I guess we have no sound. It's kind of weird. Yeah, so this tells us all this stuff, and then yeah, password, whatever, we did that, blah blah blah. That stuff, yep. Read the terms, yeah. Zero for development PM. Okay. What did he say again? So outputs. Where is that actually? Dashboard. I probably don't have the outputs anymore. Dashboard functions. No. See more. Let's see more. So that's a weird one to try to get back to. Dashboard. And then new DevOps project, customize, reload, new dashboard, new dashboard. User activity summary. That'll probably be. We'll just go over here. Where's all the other stuff that's already in here? Oh, I ain't gonna go do that. Runs history. place. Tutorials, activities, groups. You think there would be an easier way to do this? Sure, that's great. Done customizing. Yeah, man, it didn't do what I needed it to. So service health. Let's look at service health. Maybe we can get it in here. Nope. Anyway, here's the public IP address. So let's try it again. So I think that's the one that we just used, right? It is. So then it says to do what here? 8080 DDAC. Oh, weird. Let's try that. Let's do. There we go. All right. So this is how you get to the web page. Above. Check the cluster stats by logging into one of the nodes, running node tool. Okay. The thing is I don't want to look through that. Okay, excellent. So we got the bulk loader, Kafka, some extras that come with this version also. Sample clients. Cool. Support. Training. And the DevRel. So I'm going to take a look at that. But anyway, that's basically... Okay, so we've gotten the project started. Basic repos. We've gotten the cluster set up. And I'm going to get back to this at 3:33 p.m. today, and we'll get the next steps taken care of. The goal, of course, as listed in there, we're going to create to-do apps for each one of these things. So I hope you join me at 3:33 p.m. today. Please join me in the future for things. Ask questions. Feel free to give me a holler about this, or if you have any other ideas. And as always, I'm doing a bunch of other projects. If you follow DataStax Devs or follow me here on this account, you'll get updated on all that jazz. I'm also creating a C# schema migration tool over on DataStax Devs every week on Wednesday. I also work on a geo application that's Food Truck Finder with Christina on Wednesdays via DataStax Devs. And then, of course, here on this channel, Thrash & Co channel, I work on database stuff and all sorts of other coding, Shindig, C#, JavaScript, Node.js. Going to be doing some Java as per this that I just had, that I brought up just now. So that's going to be a new thing, some Spring Java. So we'll be doing Spring MVC. What else? Yeah, there's other things that I have missed. But anyway, hope you follow. Catch you next time. Until then, let's see who is hacking around and we'll raid them. So right now, I don't see anybody in particular, but we'll just do this together. All right, who is messing around? We got Mr. Greggles. Mr. Greggles is freaking awesome. He's a drummer guy, plays all sorts of stuff. Check this out. Look at that guy go. Freaking badass. Basically does that all day long, right? So we could raid him. We got T-Soding. Oh, he's writing joystick driver for Linux bootloader. Oh Bother's coding, Raimu's coding, Talk to Me Gooseman.
People like streetwear and dogs. So
Echo Hack's still coding. Let's dive in on Echo Hack. I was watching him earlier. So we will join Echo Hack. So that'll happen in about 40 seconds. Please join me for the raid, and I will catch everybody next time. Cheers.